I don't know of any one librarian in Georgia who made more of an impact. There may have been librarians who had similar accomplishments and achievements, but for us, this is such a proud thing. Someone who has worked so hard to make sure that every citizen in the state of Georgia could access information at no cost. I don't know what could be more valuable than that.
Lucille Nix was born on March 4th, 1903 in Commerce, Georgia, the youngest daughter of John Morgan and Ella Bennett Nix. Her father was a dry grocer, and her mother a self-educated woman with a passion for reading. Like most rural Georgia communities in the early 1900s, Commerce did not have access to a public library. Nix attended high school in Commerce and received her degree from Greenville Women's College, now Furman University. She did summer work at the New York Public Library in 1926 and pursued a library degree. In 1930, she earned her degree from Emory University.
Well, she was always interested in people and in education and in improving things around her. And she decided very early on that that would be her career.
Education is really important in Georgia, and libraries have a lot to contribute to education, and I think she saw that right away. And she wanted to level the playing field.
I think she was just such a revolutionary in terms of recognizing how underserved so many people were in terms of literacy and library access in the state of Georgia.
Looking to improve her standing, she accepted an appointment at Emory in 1934. Nix later became head of Knoxville, Tennessee's 12 school libraries, and eventually advanced to head the Adult Education and Circulation Department in 1936.
She was quoted as being a person who did not back away from a challenge. She embraced a challenge. She wanted to be in the forefront of things, not just for Georgia. She actually worked and was educated also in the state of Florida and in Tennessee. Basically a Southeast type of girl who was very involved. She was the vice president of the American Library Association, one of the first Southern females to do something large like that. She got out there.
Later, in 1945, Nix moved back to her home state of Georgia to accept the newly funded position of Chief Library Consultant to improve public library services, a position she held until her retirement in 1968.
We have the Lucille Nix Children's Department here in the library, and that's just a name that I've always heard. As the president of the Northeast Georgia Historical and Genealogical Society, we were asked if we would show our support to endorse her for this award, and we were just more than honored to do that.
I'm hoping that this award will help the Library Association and the librarians in the state become reacquainted with Lucille Nix, because I don't think we should forget her. So I'm hoping that that's one of the outcomes of the award, that we will rediscover Lucille Nix in the library world in Georgia. I think we should.
I remember that she and one of her co-workers, Sarah Jones, received the highest award from Georgia College at Milledgeville, and she received the Joseph Lippincott Award from the American Library Association, and just so many other honors that the list would be very long.
After her retirement, the Georgia Library Association established the Nix Jones Award to be given every 2 years to a Georgia librarian who has made outstanding contribution to library development.
She was Georgia to a lot of the people, especially in the library field. When they thought of Georgia and libraries, they thought of Miss Nix.
To me, the term visionary is often overused, but she saw what needed to be done, and she really had grand ideas of how the library system for the whole state should be run. She didn't want the bigger cities to outshine the smaller rural counties, wanted everyone to have access, and that's just wonderful that that's what we have today.
It's hard to think about Lucille Nix without thinking about libraries, or to think about libraries without thinking about Lucille Nix. That was her life, her mission.
Thank you for being a total librarian rock star. Thank you for starting this program that has now really become important to every person in Georgia. You know, everyone in Georgia can get something at their public library, and that's thanks to you.